Austin, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son. We can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him, now he gets to break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he likes it.
Hey, Dave.
The Bucks took a massive leap in Coach Mike Budenholzer's first season in Milwaukee. Budenholzer said he joined the organization at the perfect time. The new facilities, the energetic fans, the great roster, ownership, front office, everything is set up to have great success. And he added, I feel fortunate to be the coach. Kevin?
The feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, D.A. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Sunday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Tuesday, the Atlanta Hawks come to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. So here's Miami's starting group. For an Olynyk, the forward duo. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. Now here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down home.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Coming into this on the next game against the Rockets in their last game.
Remarkable consistency from D. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
You know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Bledsoe taking his time here. Lopez passes to Bledsoe. A three-pointer is right on target. With a two-way play, Jimmy Butler. Best all-around shooting guard in the NBA.
I don't think so. I think Bradley Beal and Klay Thompson will probably give you a little more. And they're also younger. And Jimmy, if you're the best all-around shooting guard in the game, you have to get past him. So for me, it's Klay Thompson because he's been such a crucial part of all of these important areas. So you got to take the title from him by winning some playoff series.
Well, Rico, come at us, and we'll come right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Bledsoe. He picked up 18 points in the last one against the Rockets in Houston.
And you know, that night his defense was remarkable as well. He was excellent at coming up with steals.
Out to the right wing. Here's Olynyk, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Giannis outside.
Antetokounmpo is just a blur. I mean, I don't know how a 7-foot guy with that wingspan and long legs and arms can be a blur, but man, it's like a lightning bolt when he gets room to roll to the basket.
A handful of players land the Supermax contract bill, by and large. How do you see those deals working?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. It's so much money and such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario, but the situation Charlie was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team, and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of $180. That's crazy. And in a salary cap league to pay $50 million a year for somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be this Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team around? You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like 32 minutes. Make it for that.
A certain percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make this figure is 32. Even if you're paying him 55, and then they'll keep it to 50.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and you really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
A good substitution here for Milwaukee. Alvin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Middleton. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Leonard. Jones checked in for Waiters. And it's Justin Winslow in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Johnson. Kyle Korver missing his last shot. And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft one and done aspect may be coming to an end.
I think for me, the G League is the key to all of this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go to the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the world.
The G League is having an effect on the NBA.
The other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable. Streaming services, just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone, you can watch it if you're in China, you can watch it in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing, so if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff, while also preparing these guys. The one of them that makes no sense to me. I don't understand why anyone James can go to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
Here's Antetokounmpo and
For the added work in the weight room, for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Johnson, good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
From left to the wing, Ilyasova. No one around him. Rebound by the Heat.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense play when they slough off of you like that.
As Winslow. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Downey's with it. Butler covering. And here's Korver. And he's just by Giannis.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo can look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first free throw of the game.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago. Average number in that regard.
Oh, good on him.
Hey, if you had a list of the most athletic players in the NBA and did a roll call, it would be not long before you got to Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak is the real deal.
Milwaukee making a switch. Donovan's checked in. Pass to Winslow. Over Hill. A nice shot by Winslow.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd pleasing already.
Stolen by Winslow. Here we go. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
You guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
It's Sorba, it's a Kumbo. Both teams have it going here early and still close to the first quarter. Bucks lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. You learn about Jimmy Butler, difficult journey to where he is now.
Basketball. That's that. All the time.
Well, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remains so devoted to the game.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And now let's check out the lines. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Miami, Winslow and Butler comprise the backcourt. Johnson and Leonard together up front. And it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. Bill, do you ever think we're going to eliminate conferences in the NBA playoff seeding?
I I think that they would have done a 16 seed no conference playoff format years ago. I think they're really worried about the tournament. And they've looked at it and they've really studied it and they've looked at the effects of, let's say Boston plays Portland in round one and you're flying 3,100 miles or 3,200 miles and 3 time zones and all that stuff. And it's a 2-2-1-1-1 series. What is the effect on your team if it goes 7? I think they're really afraid of it. I wish they did it. I don't like the conferences. I don't really understand them. And over the course of NBA history, they've been really confused by the conferences. I wrote about this in the book of basketball, where we had years where San Antonio was playing in the East for a while, and Baltimore was in the West. Which, go look at a map. Baltimore being in the West is ridiculous. Baltimore was in the West and Philly was in the East, and they're like 50 miles away from each other.
Yeah,
so they never really 100% figured out the conferences. And I just think the 1 through 16 makes more sense.
It would sure be better basketball.
It would be better.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Olden.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do this league.
You said it, D.A., and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. The offensive rebound, off the Bledsoe. Over to the wing. Here's Covington. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his third assist on the night. The impact of Eric Bledsoe, his ability to penetrate and make plays at the rim. We'll talk about what he does for the Bucks offense and what you think of his game.
So he's interesting because during the regular season, he was great. To the point that when they gave him an extension during last season, I actually thought it was really neat. It was $70 million.
He was close to All-Star stage.
Yeah, and he was really good defensively. I think the problem for him is the playoffs have become a different animal. They slow down, and he couldn't really adjust to that style. How he lost his confidence. They were just benching him for portions of quarters and much more games. So, he's got to figure out how can he control a game offensively when it's not just like run and gun fast break. Because the style they play during the regular season is really good. They're just dumb. But in the playoffs, you can't do that. You're going to have runs where it slows down. So how do you handle that? I think it's a big thing. I thought he lost his confidence.
The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Well, he's got a disappointing result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
His first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
And with the 2K Sports League deal, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hats? Because you're not really moving. Don't you can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can't
So you
see
need
your
sneakers,
clothes.
hats,
Maybe it's a hat, maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement
Gloves.
deals? Where's our
Well,
endorsement
if
deal?
they don't, we could probably make the stat for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it. Right
I'm
here.
ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Here's Lopez. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. 1:51 left in the first half of the game. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Bucks. Trailing by 2. And there's the pass to Matthews. Passes it to Lopez. Shot clock at 5. Bledsoe for 3. Brings it from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 13 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
Timeout call for Heat. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of the game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you've got to be hydrated.
And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate you joining us. I hope you come back.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to go? Can I just stay here for the
I'm
rest
reading
of the
this
game?
note, and the note says,
I don't
thanks,
want to
Bill.
go. I'm not leaving.
Hope he comes back.
Stay.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Several league changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Corbin gets a wide open look, and it fingers his down to Kumbo as that one goes in. Ellis has got 3 assists in the game. That's best, Dragic. Here's Johnson, and it's Miami with another.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game. Matthews, no one around him, and another three for Milwaukee.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
From deep 3-point range, and that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Milwaukee on top. They lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and it gets out.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. We'll step away briefly, but we'll be right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Chef Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 17 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3. That was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, they're not matching up well defensively, giving up a lot of open looks, a lot of easy points. They're allowing a crazy high shooting percent, 60% and up. Time to step it up quick.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's sit.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And you know, that's not a job they asked him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wing. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. It's Bledsoe in at point guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
But the Bucks, a team that will attack you from deep. The team is chock full of shooting.
Yeah, and you know, they shot the second most threes in the league last year, and that approach makes an awful lot of sense when you consider how good Giannis is driving the ball down the throat of the defense. He draws so much attention, having shooters around him is the right way to go.
Antetokounmpo, no good. Miami trailing. Pass to Waiters. Now Adebayo. He's covered by Matthews. Back to Adebayo. The 3, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 6th assist on the night. The Bucks shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? And the tip by Giannis.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Assists like that have typified their play today. Terrific ball movement.
really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
And Waiters kicks the butt. Elgin with the triple.
Oh, man, you know he would love to have that one.
Bledsoe for 3. That ball is good for any field goal. His 60 is 6-9 in the stat sheet.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Adebayo with the bucket.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Bledsoe passes to Matthews. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Waiters gets a wide open look, and again, Miami with the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Bledsoe outside. That shot is up. It's Miami's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Shots good by Waiters. Mark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journey.
It really is one of the great blessings of life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys play basketball and soccer, and daughter plays volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's a joy indescribable.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
You know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. James Johnson's checked in for the Heat. Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 17. Giannis outside. Giannis is double. To the wing right side. Here's Ilyasova, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. Adebayo against Ilyasova. Johnson uses the glass to finish the layup. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Heat.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. His 3-pointers off the mark. And here's Miami. They're on a 20-7 run. Another shot. Adebayo. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Here's Connaughton. Oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call. He will shoot 2.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Justice Winslow. Some last season stats for him. He was around 12 points per game last year, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez comes in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe.
Well, you don't want to leave guys unattended, not around a guy like Butler, who's pretty good at finding the open guy.
Bucks trail by 14.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's bring it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. For the first time in a long time, There are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Rightly so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Here's what Miami's going with right now. Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. And it's Derrick Jones in for Jimmy Butler.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Here's Connaughton. Myers Leonard picking up their last basket. Yep, it counts. Connaughton's got 5 points so far.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
On the way forward. The shot, no good. And Miami the other way now. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Jones for 3. And again, Miami with the triple. Bucks trail by 15. The drive by Hill. Shoots over Winslow. Goes back up. And it's Ilyasova getting it to go. Ilyasova's got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, I like the heart that Ilyasova displays when he's playing. Just terrific. Love watching him mix it up on the glass with those long arms of his.
Leonard with the steal. And so it's Miami finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Johnson and Leonard together up front. Justice Winslow out there with Dragic. And it's Jones in at the small forward.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Hands it from downtown.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Now here's Korver. Pass to Middleton. And Hill has it in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Miami leading by 18. The pass to Winslow. It's over Korver, and it's Winslow that time on the assist by Johnson. 8 points for Justice Winslow.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous. Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
With the shot, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balance. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to run.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. Matthews, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. The Heat leading by 17. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Butler, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. That's 7 points for Butler.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Olynyk with the steal. Here's Dragic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Heat lead by 21. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Miami.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Shots good by Butler.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding pass. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Bledsoe. Three for Matthews. And Winslow pulls it down.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And there's the foul on the shot. We'll go to the line for 2. Well, last season, Chris Middleton was asked Clark to change his game, and even though it took some adjusting, the results were there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's not easy for a guy of Middleton's ability. Early in the year, Coach Bud asked him to take on less for the good of the team. That meant less post-ups from Middleton, less shot creation from him, and the numbers for Middleton went down, but the success of the team took a big bounce forward.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Bam Adebayo comes in for Leonard. And Deion Waiters subbed in for Justice Winslow. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And Lopez has it in the corner. Off target from outside. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
Here's Giannis. Deion Waiters making his last shot. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. An improved substitution here for Milwaukee. DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Sterling Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's DiVincenzo. And that one's good from Connaughton.
And no matter who it is, that kind of a D isn't going to get it done.
Here's none. Here's Adebayo. Tanked in off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's DiVincenzo. Here's Brown with the 3. It's rebounded by Akpala. Miami controlling the game. Passes it to Hero. Right wing puts up a 3. With the second over, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
Well, he's done it again right there on the offensive glass. I mean, it's a great stretch that he's having here, and boy, I really admire his energy.
Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally need to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available, and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, and you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Miami.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what
I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against Milwaukee.
Adebayo with the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Good work there as it goes.
Comfortable shooting close to the basket. The size Lopez possesses gives him confidence down low.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Hero. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stop.
And, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, but at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
Still talking about you. I'll be just fine. Living prosper. Chilling with my family while my granny cooking lobster. When you is a problem. They with you, but they still talking about you. I'll be just fine. Living prosper. Chilling with my family while my granny cooking lobster. I know this ain't something I can do, but I'm a fool. If you ain't up